What if the coins hiding in your pocket, coin jar, or old collection were worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? In today's video, we're counting down the top 5 most valuable coins that have shocked collectors with their incredible auction prices. Make sure to watch until the end, because the #1 coin sold for an unbelievable amount and could still be hiding in plain sight. Let's get started with these amazing rare coin discoveries. First coin, the 1974 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, a coin that has become one of the most talked about pieces in the hobby. While millions were produced, certain coins stand out because of their exceptional condition, strong strike details, and unique characteristics that make collectors willing to pay extraordinary amounts. The Kennedy half-dollar series began in 1964 as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his assassination. The coin quickly became popular with the American public and remains one of the most collected U.S. coins today. By 1974, the Philadelphia Mint was producing Kennedy half-dollars without a mint mark, which is why collectors identify these pieces as Philadelphia issues. At first glance, a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar may appear common, but a closer inspection can reveal details that separate an ordinary coin from a highly desirable collectible. When examining a circulated example in very fine condition, collectors first look at Kennedy's portrait. Even after years of circulation, the hair details above the ear and around the crown should remain visible. The cheek and jawline may show wear, but the overall design should still be clear. On the reverse, the eagle's wings, shield, and tail feathers should retain noticeable detail. Coins that have survived decades with limited wear often attract stronger interest from collectors. Surface quality is another major factor. A circulated coin may have scratches, marks, or surface abrasions from years of handling. However, some pieces still display attractive original luster beneath the wear. Collectors often search for coins that maintain a pleasing appearance despite circulation. Even small differences in eye appeal can have a dramatic effect on value. The most exciting examples are those that exhibit exceptional preservation or unusual minting characteristics. Coins with sharp strikes, strong details, and attractive surfaces often receive high grades from professional grading services. Once a coin is certified and recognized as one of the finest known examples, competition among collectors can become intense. Wealthy buyers seeking the best possible specimens may bid aggressively during major auctions. Imagine finding a 1974 Kennedy half-dollar that appears ordinary at first, but turns out to be a remarkable survivor. After professional evaluation, experts determine that the coin possesses extraordinary qualities rarely seen in the series. News spreads through the collecting community and excitement builds as the coin is scheduled for auction. Bidders from across the country prepare to compete for ownership of this exceptional piece. As the auction begins, bids rise rapidly. Collectors understand that opportunities to acquire a top-quality example do not appear often. The price continues climbing higher and higher as determined bidders refuse to back down. Eventually, the final hammer falls at an astonishing $580. The audience is left amazed that a single Kennedy half-dollar could command such a remarkable amount. Stories like this demonstrate why coin collecting remains such a fascinating hobby. Every coin has a history, and sometimes that history translates into tremendous value. While most 1974 Kennedy half-dollars are worth only modest amounts, rare and exceptional specimens can achieve prices that surprise even experienced collectors. Factors such as condition, rarity, eye appeal, certification, and collector demand all play critical roles in determining value. For anyone searching through old coin collections, bank rolls, or inherited accumulations, the lesson is simple. Never assume a coin is worthless based solely on its date. Careful examination may reveal important details that significantly increase its value. Learning about grading standards, minting characteristics, and market demand can help collectors identify coins that deserve closer attention. The 1974 Kennedy half-dollar, with no mint mark, continues to capture the imagination of collectors because it represents the possibility of discovering hidden value in an everyday coin. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, this coin serves as a reminder that remarkable treasures can still be found. Next coin. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar was struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, making it one of the many coins released for circulation during that year. Millions were produced, but only a small number survived in collectible condition. Over the decades, these coins traveled through banks, cash registers, and private collections. As a result, finding an attractive example today has become increasingly difficult. When collectors examine a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar in fine condition, they carefully inspect every detail. On the front of the coin, President John F. Kennedy's portrait should still display visible outlines despite years of wear. The hair above the ear may be flattened, and the cheek may show signs of circulation, but the major design elements remain recognizable. On the reverse, the eagle's wings, shield, and tail feathers should still be visible, even though some finer details have faded from use. Surface preservation plays a major role in determining value. Many circulated coins develop scratches, contact marks, and small abrasions over time. Some may have spent decades in pockets, drawers, and storage containers. Despite these imperfections, certain examples maintain a pleasing appearance that attracts collectors. Eye appeal can often make a significant difference when buyers compete for a rare coin. The Kennedy half-dollar series has always been popular among collectors because of its connection to President Kennedy and American history. Since its introduction in 1964, millions of people have saved these coins as keepsakes. This strong collector interest helps create demand for rare and exceptional examples. Whenever a particularly impressive specimen appears on the market, collectors pay close attention. Now imagine that one extraordinary 1973 Kennedy half-dollar emerges from a long-forgotten collection. Although the coin circulated for years, experts discover qualities that make it stand out from other known examples. Its details are unusually strong, its surfaces remain attractive for the grade, and its overall appearance exceeds expectations for a coin of its age. Collectors quickly recognize that this piece is something special. The coin is submitted to professional grading specialists for evaluation. After careful examination, experts certify the coin and confirm its unique status among known examples. News spreads rapidly through the numismatic community. Collectors, investors, and auction houses begin discussing the coin, and anticipation grows as it is prepared for a major public auction. When auction day finally arrives, excitement fills the room. Bidders from across the country and around the world are ready to compete. The opening bid starts strong, and within moments, the price begins climbing higher and higher. Experienced collectors understand that opportunities to acquire a remarkable Kennedy half-dollar do not come along often. Each new bid pushes the value further upward as participants refuse to give up the chance to own this historic coin. The competition becomes intense. Collectors raise their paddles repeatedly, while online bidders submit increasingly higher offers. The atmosphere grows electric as the auctioneer calls out each new bid. What started as a simple 50-cent coin has now become the center of a remarkable bidding battle. Finally, after a dramatic series of offers, the auction reaches an astonishing conclusion. The winning bid stands at an incredible $580. Zeroth. The room erupts with excitement as collectors witness one of the most memorable sales involving a Kennedy half-dollar. A coin that once circulated through everyday commerce has achieved a value that few people could ever imagine. Stories like this remind us why coin collecting remains one of the most fascinating hobbies in the world. Hidden treasures can exist in places where people least expect them. While most 1,973 Kennedy half-dollars are worth only a modest amount, exceptional examples can attract tremendous attention and command extraordinary prices. For collectors and treasure hunters alike, the lesson is simple. Always take the time to examine your coins carefully. Look at the date, check for mint marks, study the surfaces, and pay attention to overall condition. You never know when an ordinary-looking coin might reveal an extraordinary story. The 1,973 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark continues to inspire collectors because it represents the possibility of discovery. Every coin has a history, every collection holds potential surprises, and every search carries the excitement of finding something valuable. Next coin. The Kennedy half-dollar has been one of America's most recognizable coins since its introduction in 1964, created to honor President John F. Kennedy. The coin quickly became a favorite among collectors and the general public. By 1981, the United States Mint continued producing Kennedy half-dollars for circulation, and many of these coins entered everyday commerce. Millions were made, but only a limited number survived, with qualities that collectors consider desirable. Imagine finding a 1,981 Kennedy half-dollar in an old collection, coin jar, or family inheritance. The coin shows signs of circulation and years of use. Small scratches cover portions of the surface, and some of the original shine has faded away. Even so, the major design features remain visible. This is what collectors often describe as a fine condition example. On the front of the coin, President Kennedy's portrait still displays recognizable details despite wear from circulation. The hair above the forehead and around the ear remains visible, although some finer details have become smooth over time. The date 1981 can be clearly read, and the P mint mark identifies the coin as having been struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Turning the coin over reveals the impressive presidential seal design. The eagle, shield, arrows, and olive branch remain visible even after years of handling. While some details have softened from circulation, the overall design remains attractive and historically significant. For collectors, preserving these details is an important part of determining value. Many people assume that circulated coins are never valuable, but that is not always true. Certain Kennedy half-dollars stand out because of unusual characteristics, exceptional preservation for the grade, or strong collector demand. These factors can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a highly sought-after collectible. As collectors search for the finest examples, they carefully examine every surface. They look for attractive color, minimal damage, and strong remaining details. Even among circulated coins, some examples are clearly superior to others. These standout pieces often become the focus of intense competition when they appear at auction. Now imagine that one remarkable 1,981 Kennedy half-dollar emerges from a long-forgotten collection. Experts immediately notice that it possesses qualities rarely seen in a circulated example. Despite years of use, the coin maintains impressive detail and exceptional eye appeal. Professional grading specialists carefully inspect the coin, and confirm that it is one of the most desirable examples known to collectors. News of the discovery spreads quickly throughout the numismatic community. Collectors discuss the coin online. Dealers talk about it at coin shows. And auction houses begin preparing for a major sale. Interest grows as more people learn about this extraordinary piece. The day of the auction finally arrives. Collectors, investors, and coin enthusiasts gather to watch the event. Bidding begins at a strong level and quickly rises as multiple buyers compete for ownership. Every new bid reflects the growing excitement surrounding the coin. The auctioneer continues calling out higher and higher offers. Bidders refuse to back down because opportunities like this are incredibly rare. The room becomes silent between bids as everyone waits to see how high the price will climb. What started as a simple 50-cent coin has now become the center of a dramatic bidding battle. As the competition intensifies, the value continues increasing. Experienced collectors recognize that they may never see another example quite like this one. The desire to own a truly exceptional Kennedy half-dollar drives the bidding even further. Finally, after an intense contest between determined buyers, the auction reaches its conclusion. The winning bid is an astonishing $580, zeroth. The audience reacts with amazement as the hammer falls. A coin that once circulated through everyday transactions has achieved a price that most people would never believe possible. Stories like this are one reason coin collecting remains so exciting. Every coin has a story, and occasionally that story leads to extraordinary value. While most 1,981p Kennedy half-dollars are worth only a small premium over face value, rare and exceptional examples can attract tremendous attention from serious collectors. For anyone interested in coin collecting, this serves as a reminder to examine every coin carefully. Pay attention to dates, mint marks, condition, and overall appearance. Valuable discoveries are sometimes hiding in plain sight. A coin that appears ordinary today could become tomorrow's great numismatic treasure. Next coin, the 1,985 Kennedy half-dollar with a P mint mark. A coin that many people overlook, but that has become a fascinating topic among collectors searching for valuable treasures. The Kennedy half-dollar has been one of the most recognizable coins in American history since it was first introduced in 1964, created in honor of President John F. Kennedy. The coin quickly became popular with the public. Although millions of Kennedy half-dollars were produced over the years, certain examples have attracted significant attention because of their rarity, preservation, and collector demand. The 1,985 Kennedy half-dollar struck at the Philadelphia Mint carries the P mint mark and was originally released for everyday circulation. These coins passed through countless hands, cash registers, and banks across the country. Because they were intended for regular use, many examples developed scratches, marks, and wear over time. As a result, finding a well-preserved circulated coin today can be more difficult than many people realize. Imagine discovering a 1,985p Kennedy half-dollar in an old family collection. At first glance, it appears to be an ordinary coin. The surfaces show evidence of circulation, and there are small marks from years of handling. However, the coin still displays strong details that place it in very fine condition. This level of preservation immediately attracts the attention of knowledgeable collectors. Looking closely at the front of the coin, Kennedy's portrait remains sharp and recognizable. The hair details above the forehead and around the ear are still visible despite years of wear. The facial features retain good definition, and the date 1985 stands out clearly. These characteristics help demonstrate why the coin has survived better than many others from the same year. On the reverse side, the presidential seal remains impressive. The eagle's wings, shield, arrows, and olive branch can still be seen with considerable detail. Although circulation has softened some of the finer design elements, the overall appearance remains attractive. Collectors appreciate coins that maintain strong visual appeal even after spending years in circulation. Condition is one of the most important factors affecting value. Many coins from 1985 show heavy wear, discoloration, or significant damage. However, coins that remain attractive despite circulation often command greater interest. Eye appeal, surface quality, and remaining detail all contribute to a coin's desirability in the collector market. As time passes, collectors become increasingly selective. They search for coins that stand above the average examples found in circulation. Sometimes a particular coin possesses exceptional qualities that make it unique among known specimens. These extraordinary examples often become the stars of major auctions. Now imagine that one remarkable 1985p Kennedy half-dollar is submitted to professional grading experts. After careful examination, specialists determine that the coin possesses unusual characteristics and outstanding preservation for its grade. News of the discovery spreads rapidly through the coin-collecting community. Collectors begin discussing the coin, and excitement grows as it is scheduled for a major auction event. When auction day arrives, interest is intense. Bidders from around the world are prepared to compete for ownership of this exceptional coin. The opening bid quickly attracts attention, and the price begins climbing almost immediately. Experienced collectors understand that opportunities to purchase a special Kennedy half-dollar do not come often. The auctioneer continues calling out higher offers as bidders battle for the coin. Each new bid increases the excitement in the room. Collectors recognize the historical significance and rarity associated with the piece, making them willing to pay substantial amounts for the chance to own it. As the competition becomes more intense, the value continues rising. Online participants join the bidding, adding even more excitement to the event. The audience watches in amazement as a simple 50-cent coin reaches levels few people could have imagined. Finally, after an unforgettable bidding war, the auction reaches its dramatic conclusion. The winning bidder secures the coin for an astonishing $580. The crowd reacts with excitement as the final hammer falls. What was once an ordinary circulating half-dollar has become one of the most talked-about coins in the auction. Stories like this demonstrate why coin collecting continues to attract millions of enthusiasts. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story leads to extraordinary value. While most 1985p Kennedy half-dollars remain affordable collectibles, exceptional examples can achieve remarkable prices when rarity, condition, and demand come together. For collectors, the lesson is clear. Always examine your coins carefully. Pay attention to dates, mint marks, condition, and unusual characteristics. Valuable treasures can sometimes be hiding in places you would never expect. A forgotten coin in an old collection could become the next exciting discovery. The 1985 Kennedy half-dollar reminds us that history, rarity, and collector passion can transform a simple coin into something extraordinary. Every time you search through a coin collection, there is a chance to uncover something special. That possibility is what makes coin collecting such an exciting and rewarding hobby for people around the world. Next coin. The 1993 Kennedy half-dollar with a P mint mark. A coin that has become a fascinating subject among collectors searching for hidden treasures. The Kennedy half-dollar has remained one of the most popular American coins since it was first introduced in 1964, created to honor President John F. Kennedy. The coin quickly became a symbol of American history and pride. By 1,993 millions of Kennedy half dollars were being produced at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P Mint mark. These coins entered circulation and were used in everyday transactions across the country. Because they circulated widely, many 1,993p Kennedy half dollars developed scratches, contact marks, and signs of handling. Some spent years moving from one pocket to another, while others sat in cash registers, coin jars, and storage boxes. Over time, the effects of circulation became visible on their surfaces. This is why finding a coin with attractive details and eye appeal can be much more difficult than many people expect. Imagine examining a 1,993 Kennedy half dollar that has clearly seen years of use. The coin displays noticeable wear on both sides. The highest points of Kennedy's portrait show smoothing from circulation, and the surfaces reveal numerous marks from decades of handling. However, despite these signs of wear, the coin still retains a surprisingly attractive appearance. One of the most interesting features of this example is its natural toning. Over the years, exposure to different environments has created subtle shades of gold, blue, gray, and violet across parts of the surface. Collectors often appreciate attractive natural toning because it gives each coin a unique appearance. No two-toned coins look exactly alike, making them especially appealing to many enthusiasts. Looking closely at the front of the coin, Kennedy's portrait remains clear and recognizable. The date 1993 and the P Mint mark can still be seen without difficulty. Although circulation has softened some of the finer details in the hair and facial features, the overall design remains strong enough to attract collector interest. Turning the coin over reveals the famous presidential seal. The eagle, shield, arrows, and olive branch continue to display important details despite years of circulation. The reverse also shows evidence of wear, but enough design elements remain visible to maintain strong visual appeal. Collectors know that value is determined by more than just a coin's age. Rarity, condition, eye appeal, historical significance, and collector demand all play important roles. Occasionally, a coin emerges that possesses a combination of qualities so unusual that it becomes highly desirable within the numismatic community. Now imagine that this particular 1993p Kennedy half dollar is carefully examined by experts. Although it is circulated and shows wear, specialists notice characteristics that make it stand apart from ordinary examples. The coin's attractive toning, strong remaining details, and overall eye appeal generate significant interest among advanced collectors. The coin is submitted to professional grading specialists for authentication and evaluation. After careful inspection, experts confirm its uniqueness and importance. News of the coin begins spreading through the collecting world. Discussions appear among collectors, dealers, and investors who are eager to learn more about this remarkable piece. Soon, the coin is selected for a major auction event. Anticipation builds as collectors prepare to compete for ownership. The story of a circulated Kennedy half dollar with distinctive toning and exceptional collector appeal captures attention across the hobby. When auction day finally arrives, excitement fills the room. Bidding begins at a strong level and quickly accelerates. Multiple collectors recognize the opportunity to own a truly special example and refuse to back down. The auctioneer calls out increasingly higher bids as the competition intensifies. The atmosphere becomes electric. Every new bid pushes the value higher. Online participants join the battle, and collectors in the room continue raising their offers. What started as an ordinary 50-cent coin has become the focus of an extraordinary auction. As the bidding war reaches its peak, spectators watch in amazement. The price climbs far beyond what most people would expect for a circulating Kennedy half dollar. Collectors understand that exceptional coins often command exceptional prices, especially when demand is high. Finally, the auctioneer announces the final bid. The hammer falls, and the winning offer reaches an incredible $580. Zeroth. The room erupts with excitement as collectors witness the sale of one of the most talked about Kennedy half dollars ever offered at auction. Stories like this remind us why coin collecting remains such a thrilling hobby. Hidden treasures can appear in the most unexpected places. A coin that seems ordinary at first glance may possess qualities that make it extraordinary. The 1993p Kennedy half dollar serves as a reminder to always examine your coins carefully. Whether you are searching through pocket change, inherited collections, or old storage boxes, you never know what you might find. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can lead to an astonishing discovery worth hundreds of thousands of dollars.